Do I think this is the best Ridley Scott film? No, this is definitely not his best film. Did I enjoy this film? Throughout the most part, yes. Ho ho ho! What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On the Brinker, and today I'm going to review the latest historical action epic drama, Napoleon. This movie is directed by the legendary Ridley Scott, and this movie stars Joaquin and Vanessa Kirby. An epic that details the checkered rise and fall of French Emperor Napoleon, and his relentless journey to power through the prism of his addictive relationship with his wife, Josephine. Now, Ridley Scott, another icon when it comes to directing. What a fantastic director. Most of his movies are, I would say, very iconic, but also he does some misfires as well. So of course Napoleon can go in two different ways. But I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to his historical epic films, they're pretty mixed. Of course, his best one is Gladiator. Gladiator is definitely in my favorite films of all time. That is a great film. But I'm not gonna lie, with the last couple of years with his films, they're pretty mixed, with The Last Duel being great and House of Gucci being very mixed. So, like I said, Napoleon can go two different ways, but from the trailers, honestly, I was interested in this film. Especially that I don't know much about Napoleon's life and history and stuff. I'm not a historical person, so I was interested in this film, seeing Napoleon's story come to life. From the trailers, this movie looks totally epic. Great casting with Joaquin and Vanessa Kirby. So, I went to the film very excited. Now, I walked out of this film thinking things. Do I think this is the best Ridley Scott film? No. This is definitely not his best film. Did I enjoy this film? Throughout the most part, yes. But I'm not gonna lie. This movie is a bit of a mixed bag for me, and honestly, I was a bit disappointed in Napoleon, to be honest with you. But let's talk about what I love about this movie, because there are some great things in this film. From technical aspects, Ridley Scott's direction with this film is fantastic. From production design, from the cinematography, from the costume design, it looks fantastic. And I would say one of the biggest things that stand out for Napoleon for me is the battle scenes. These are some of the best battle scenes that I've seen in the film in a very long time. Ridley Scott directs these battle scenes fantastic. They're epic, they're brutal, they're badass, and it's fantastic to watch on the biggest screen possible. And I think it's one of the reasons that you should check out Napoleon, from its battle scenes, because the cinematography and the way the battle scenes are executed, my god. There are some unbelievable battle scenes as well where I'm like, did they use CGI or real life animals or real people? Because it looked real for me. It looked completely epic, and that's one of my favorite aspects of Napoleon, the action, the battle scenes. It looked epic. How about the performances of this movie? Joaquin as Napoleon. Now, people are very mixed on him being casted as Napoleon because, of course, there are a lot of things that are very inaccurate to Napoleon when it comes to Joaquin being casted. Honestly, I'm not that nitpicky. As long as the performances is good, I'm fine with it. Now, I wouldn't say this is Joaquin Phoenix's best performance that he's done, but I think he's pretty good in the film. The problem is his performance did not blow me away or anything, but I still think Joaquin Phoenix does a pretty decent performance in this film. But I gotta say, the standout in this film, honestly, is Vanessa Kirby. From an emotional standpoint, I would say Vanessa Kirby really stands out from action-wise in the film, and I thought she does a fantastic job in this film. And even though I do have an issue with the love story between them two in the film, Joaquin and Vanessa Kirby still has a pretty good chemistry with one another. I do find them believable in this film, and that's a good sign. But honestly, this is where my problems came in with the film, because even though this is an epic historical action movie at times, and it's one of my favorite aspects of the film, the story outside of that is pretty mixed for me, because there was actually meant to be a 4-hour cut of Napoleon, and throughout the film I'm just like, yes, I feel like this film needs to be 4 hours long, because you can really tell with the pacing and the tone of this film that there are a lot of things missing throughout this film. Because what this film does, it just goes from one important thing to one important thing, forgetting about the other important thing. It skips on to an important thing. The film does go forward a lot. And you can really tell there are some stuff that are quite missing in this film. And that's why I would say, I don't know if the 4-hour cut is going to happen, but honestly after this film I'm like, you know what? The 4-hour cut would actually be better than the screenplay and the story of this film, because it looks like that Ridley Scott just shoehorns all these important scenes together with no build-up. It just happens, then it happens, then it happens, with some side characters that could have been very important to the story, but they just shoehorned them in and then made us forget about these characters, which isn't really a good sign. Even the relationship between Napoleon and Josephine in this film was really messy throughout the film. Like, there are times where it just goes into an important bit, then it goes into another important bit, and there's no build-up, or it doesn't give us enough time to explore their chemistry. It's just events happening from one another. There's no build-up, there's no time to rest. Things just keep happening and keep happening and keep happening. Hopefully this 4-hour cut does happen, because the screenplay of this movie is definitely a mess when it comes to pacing and tone. But from blockbuster standpoint, definitely see this movie on the biggest screen, especially when it comes to the battle scenes and all that stuff. And this is a great looking film as well. Like, even with the dialogue scenes, the production design, the look of this film looks great. The problem is the screenplay. It's just very, very messy overall. And overall, I would say I was a bit disappointed with the way this film turns out. Overall, guys, Napoleon is definitely a decent watch in the theaters. I think Ridley Scott directed this movie very, very well. The performances of this film is fantastic from Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby. My issue is the story of this film. The pacing is very messy. It's very mixed for me, because there's a lot of bits in the film that look like they are important, but they just move on from that and made us forget about what happened before. Because of course this is a 2-hour and 30-minute movie, and they're just shoehorning the important things together, because of course, a 4-hour movie in the theater, it probably won't be the best experience for people, especially for people who get sore pretty easily in theater. So I understand why this movie is cramped in, but honestly, I wish the pacing could have been a bit more smoother. But the battle scenes are completely epic. Ridley Scott directed this movie very, very well. It's just the screenplay of this film that I was a little bit disappointed at. But honestly, I would give this film another go with the 4-hour cut that hopefully comes out. I'm going to give Napoleon a C+. So guys, that is my review for Napoleon. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel now for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.